こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we are studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. We're going to continue with Immersion with Card Captor Sakura. Kore ja
くしゃみしただけなのに、これじゃ注文も唱えられんわな。
Jumon, spell, charm, incantation, magic words. Let's see, and then okay, Tonai Raden Raden. Okay, Tonai Raden Wana.
くしゃみしただけなのに、これじゃ注文も唱えられんわな。ね。くしゃみしただけなのに、これじゃ注文。
To recite, to chant, Tonairu, transitive. Okay, Tonairu. So, and this is considered Ichidan. So, Tonae Rareru could be both receptive or it could be potential. Let's see. Koreja, so I'm guessing with this going on, and then Jumon, the incantation. See, that's either not able to chant or not receiving the chant. Let's see. Explain the grammar of this. Koreja is a casual contraction of Koredewa, which translates to with this or like this or in this manner. And Tonai, oh, Jumon, Jumon Tonai Raren Wana. The speaker is expressed in the current situation or method is insufficient or improper for performing the action. So, Jumon, even also, the particle mode emphasizes that not only other things, but specifically spells are not affected or are affected by the condition. So we also, in other words, like saying we also can't chant an incantation. Let's see. Tonai see Tonai Raren. This is the negative form of the potential verb to chant. Let's see. In this sentence, Yeah, that's actually kind of unusual. This is the first time we've seen Kiro-chan use the wa particle in this series. He usually uses more masculine particles like na. Makes me wonder if it's being used in a different way. Let's see, in this sentence, is tonae raren. Tonae raren. Potential or passive. Is potential for meaning cannot chant or unable to chant. Tonae rareru is the potential form. Okay, to change. Okay, tonae raren is contracted colloquial negative form of tonae raren renai. While rareru can be ambiguous between passive and potential for ichidan verbs, tonaeru is a godan verb. Wait, no, it's not. It's ichidan. Why is this thing saying it's... Tonae aren is an ichidan verb. Is it passive or potential in this sentence? Tonae raren. Tonae raren. I'll just guess it's potential for now. That's probably most likely it. So, koreja jimon. Let's see, jimon is made from sentence, literature, style, art, decoration. Bunpo grammar. Oh, that is the same kanji. Bunpo. So spell, curse, charm plus literature style makes an incantation. Okay, and then tonaeraren, which is from tonaerare nai. Koreja jumon. Koreja jumon mo tonaeraren wana. Oh yes. I was gonna ask about the wa and the na in this sentence. Is wa the copula or sentence ending particle? Okay, in this sentence, wa is the sentence ending particle, not the copula. Wa here is an emotional particle used to add emphasis or express speaker's feelings. It often is associated with feminine speech, but it's used by males in certain dialects or contexts like samurai or rough speech in fiction. In combination with na, another sentence ending particle used to seek agreement or confirmation, isn't it or ha? Together, what na creates a nuance. If I feel that, don't you agree? It's just that. So maybe it's a sign of the frustration or futility of trying to. I don't know if it's really frustration, but it's like, how are we gonna do this kind of feeling? Koreja jumon koreja jumon tona eraren wana. Or with this, we're not able to say the incantation, or you're not able to say the incantation.
ああ、くしゃみしただけなのに、これじゃ呪文も唱えられんわな。何か方法はないものでしょうか。
Alamu, nanika hoho wa nai mono desho ka. So some type of way, I think that is. So nanika hoho wa nai mon. Another way thing, uh, uh, shall there be, or I wonder, or in other words, oh, let's see, nani ka hoho wa nai mono desho ka? Is there some kind of other way? Is there some kind of way? Is there not some kind of other way? Isn't there any way around this? So ho, method, way, manner, nanika something. So nanika ho or nai mono. Deshoka, is there not some kind of other way? Nanika ho wa nai mono deshoka?
のにこれじゃ呪文も唱えられんわな。何か方法はないものでしょうか。僕一人でやるよ。
Boku hitori de yaru yo. I'll do it myself. With a dash showing the method. The method is hitori. No, yeah, hitori or one person. So in other words, I'm doing it myself. Yaru to do, as with much effort Yaru has over using sudo.
方法はないものでしょうか。僕一人でやるよ。待って、ゆうきくん。もう見回りの方。
Mate Yuki-kun. Or wait. Wait.
待って、ゆうきくん。
Wait a little bit, Yuki-kun. Or wait, Yuki-kun. Mate Yuki-kun.
もう見回りの方が来ますわ。
Momi mawari no ho ga kimasu wa. So already the security patrol in this direction is coming. In other words, the security patrol is coming in this direction already, or soon. Mo miwari no ho ga kimasu wa. Miwari, okay, ho, yeah. The patrol's coming any minute now. Patrolling one's route inspections. Mo miwari no ho ga kimasu wa.
僕一人でやるよ。待って、ゆうきくん。もう見回りの方が来ますわ。私たちまで捕まったらサイレントはどうしますの？
私たちまで
来ますわ。私たちまで捕まったらサイレント。
捕まったら捕まったらuntil we捕まったらwhen we catch let's see when called, let's see, silent wa do shimasu no. So what should we do about silent? Okay. Let's see, us up until now. Oh, this is Intransitive. Okay, so skamaru. So skamatara. When we're captured or if we're captured up until now. Let's see. There's skamaeru and skamaru. Okay, I'm probably thinking skamaeru for the transitive one. Oh, konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Well, how you doing? If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me. Okay, well, continuing. If they catch us to what will oh, what was not what was silent do, but what will we do about silent? I think it's probably a better translation. 私たちまで捕まったら、サイレントはどうしますの？ Let's see, if I get rid of 私たちまで, what does that become? If I just have 私たちまで by itself, if they catch us to find the grammar of right, it's a conditional statement in Japanese expressing hypothetical future scenario of questioning the consequences. It can be broken down into the two main parts, a conditional clause. Mare skamattara, a main clause, silento wa do shimashou. Oh, do shimasu. The particle mare means until as far as, but in this context, it emphasizes the inclusive or extension to an unexpected point. When used with watashi, we, us, watashi mare translates to even we, or us too, implying that the speaker in the group were not usually targeted or called, but now they might be. So, let's see, until, only, merely. As far as... Oh, I think this is coming from that as far as meaning like as far as us, essentially. So they're already thinking that the kid's gonna get caught, but they're saying that even as far as us will get caught. Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, okay, so that's what it is. To the extent of us will get called, essentially. Hence the meaning that if they catch us to what we'll do about silent. So, 私たちまで捕まったら、サイレントはどうしますの？
僕一人でやるよ。待って、ゆうきくん、もう見回りの方が来ますわ。私たちまで捕まったらサイレントはどうしますの？
誰だ？
誰だ？ Who's that?
誰だ？逃げるな！待て！誰だ？逃げるな！
逃げるな、待て。Running? Wait. I guess running as in like, why are you running? You might guess how it's being used. 逃げる。See, is the not at the end of nigeru the part, the sentence ending particle? Does this negate it or used for something else? The na in nigeru na is not a sentence ending particle. It is a grammatical marker used to create a negative imperative, a command meaning do not function. When placing na is placed after a dictionary form or verb, it creates a strong, harsh command to stop doing something. Negation. It does negate the action of the verb in the context of a command translating to don't verb. Nuance. This form is very direct and forceful in phrases. In the phrase "nigeru na mate," it translates to "don't run, stand still," or "hold your ground." In contrast, sentence ending particle like "na," when used alone at the end of a descriptive sentence, or "ne," are used to seek agreement and soften a statement, but they don't form commands. The na in nigeru na is strictly a grammatical element indicating prohibition. That's a new use for na. Nigeru na. Nigeru na mite. So instead of saying, I suspect nigeru na comes from nigeru nai. Does this na come from nigeru nai? No, that does not come from nai. While both expresses negation, they are distinct grammatical forms and origins. Nigeru na uses the na as a negative imperative particle. It directly commands someone not to do an action. Linguistic sources suggest na is a contraction of an older, more formal nakere, which itself comes from the classical auxiliary verb auxiliary nai in its imperative form. Nakeru. Nakere. So nigenai uses nai in the standard negative auxiliary verb state that an action is not happening or not happening. So, okay, so the other way of doing commands would be nagai de would be the other way of saying it. Or niganai de. Here they're using nigeru na. Nigeru na mate.
誰だ逃げるな待て
捕まっちゃった。ここもやばいで。
Skamak chatta, which is short for skamatte shimatta. In other words, ended up catching. Then kokomo kokomo yabaide. So this talking about the situation, I'm guessing, instead of the actual place. And then yabai is bad, and then de, the particle for exclamation in kansai ben, or at least one of them. Yabai, dangerous, risky, awful, terrible. So kokomo yabai de. Skamachata kokomo yabai de.
捕まっちゃった。ここもやばいで。隠れましょう。
隠れましょう to hide to concealed 隠れる in trans oh he wasn't talking about the situation, he really was talking about the place. So
捕まっちゃった。ここもやばい。
Kokomo Yabaide. In other words, this place they're standing right now is also an off-road terrible place because the guard can see them right out the window. Kokomo Yabaide.
で隠れましょう。
Kakureru. So kakuremashou. Intransitive. So shall we hide? Kakuremashou.
捕まっちゃった。ここもやばいで隠れましょう。
Kakuremashou.
助けてあげなきゃ。ここもやばいで隠れましょう。助けてあげなきゃ。
助けてあげなきゃ. So agenakia in this situation is probably a shorthand for agenakereba ikimasen. In other words, we have to help him. Or tasukete agenakia. Tasukete agenakia.
捕まっちゃった。ここもやばいで隠れましょう。助けてあげなきゃ。
お前は昼間の
Hanase. Or release me. Omae wa hiruma. So earlier, during the day, hiruma. Okay, and this is KB guard, security guard. Omae wa hiruma. Omae wa hiruma. So earlier during the day.
ここもやばいで隠れましょう。
So that was kakuremashou. Yeah.
助けてあげなきゃ。
お前は昼間の
どうしよう。
Doshio. Oh, what shall we do?
そうだ。
お前は昼間の
どうしよう。 そうだ。
Soda, that way, or that's it.
影よ、ガラスを越え我を映し出せ。シャドウ。影よ、ガラス。
So, Kageyo, or a shadow, Karasu, or Karasu, Garasu, oh, yeah, that's right. Garasu, glass, Garasu, shadow yo, Garasu, let's see, Koi ware, Koi, crossing over. surpass, crossover. Let's see. See, kosu to cross over. Goshi, across, over, beyond, through, crossing. Koeru, to cross over, transit. Oh, that's what this is. This is the noun form of koeru. To cross over, okay. Kage yo, garasu o koe. So shadow, cross over the glass. Ware o utsushi dase. Utsutsu. Oh yeah, utsutsu to yeah, that's transitive. To project, to reflect, to cast a shadow. And then this was put into its noun form, utsushi, to make a more complicated noun. This is from dasu, which comes from, yeah, dasu. So, to take out. So, to project and to take out, and all together, that means to project, reflect, and then to take out. Utsushi dasu, to project, to show on a screen, to reflect or mirror a lake. To project, to show. So, utsushi dase. To reflect the time, mood, okay. And how's that different just from utsu by itself, though? To project, to reflect. Difference between utsushi desu and utsusu. Let's see. Utsushi dasu includes the nuance of clearly or vividly. And then someone says that's not true. Okay, let's find another answer. Let's see. Utsutsu is the general verb meaning to reflect like a mirror or water or to project or cast. It describes the basic principal action of an image appearing. Utsutshi dasu carries a nuance of projecting, reflecting something clearly, vividly, or explicitly. It often implies bringing something. Okay. Utsutsu's general term of reflecting like a mirror or projecting an image on the surface. Utsushi dasu adds nuance of bringing something out clearly or vividly. It emphasizes the image being shown in a distinct, detailed, and expressive manner. Okay, maybe that is correct. Oh, konnichiwa, Danny Spiegel. Genki desu ka? Let's see. See, I have a question, but how long did you spend on 2K, 6K Anki deck? What, 3 years or what? Okay, I've actually never done the 2K or 6K Anki decks because I got advice early on that it's probably not worth it. So what because someone was talking about how you use core vocabulary decks to try to establish some basic vocabulary, but it's not the most efficient way to study, and so you should eventually move on from that. So I used the Kaisha or something like that. It's in my description below, 1.5K deck, and I only actually got up to like 1100 or 1200 something words into that before I later just moved on to this type of studying. Because I started to notice how there's certain types of ineffectiveness that flashcard studying can have is one thing. And secondly, I've noticed that some people who train on actual like Japanese as it's spoken or seem to be having better chances of actually learning the Japanese and bringing it into memory. And then there's also the myth of core vocabulary, which is that there is not such thing as a single core. While if you go through a small enough number of words, you could probably find a single core for everything. But in practicality, every area has its own core. And so once you get basic vocabulary, it's probably best to move to the area that you actually want to work in and just learn off of that core. And hence, for me in particular, I wanted to basically understand Japanese to the point of being able to understand anime. And so, which is why I chose this particular anime because it has a lot of advantages for learning Japanese. And I figured, like, if this anime, every character would basically speak with the same type of words, essentially, so it'll basically form its own core. But if you like were to read another manga or watch another anime, may have its own core of words. And that's actually one of the reasons I chose this because I wanted a very long anime, so I could study off of this core for a long time until I get more fluent with it. Also, the fact that this is targeted towards younger audiences would hint at the fact that this may have a slightly easier vocabulary to learn compared to other animes. Uh, Hope I answered your question. Do you have any other questions? See, utsutsu. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like when you start learning words like utsutsu versus utsutsudasu, you really have to like see the context and how the word's being used to really understand it. You're not gonna get that as well from flashcard training unless you like put the context into your flashcards, which I have seen with some flashcards of clipping anime scenes. So Utsushi Dasu has something about projecting, but very clearly and detailedly, vividly. Okay, so now the choice of using koe here. Now I've seen the noun form of words get used where you would expect the verb, but I'm kind of wondering if it actually has any significance, seeing as how in this complex sentence. Why is koe used in its noun form in this sentence? Wait, this is not used as a noun in this. It is a continuative stem form of the verb koeru. Yes, but that means noun form though. Okay. In Japanese, the continuative form of a verb allows it to connect directly to another verb or auxiliary without using the te form. Here, koi connects directly to utsushidasu. What do you mean? It's right next to ware. See, oh, the entire phrase translates to "Oh shadow, cross over the glass and reflect me." The use of the stem form creates a rhythmic, poetic flow common in lyrics or formal or poetic speech rather than using the more casual te form. Koete. Oh, so it's just supposed to uh, sound interesting, basically, using it in that form. So koe does not modify ware. No, koi does not modify ware. The structure is a verb chain. Uh, uh, Garasu o koe, cross over the glass, the continuative stem of koeru, and ware o utsushi dase, reflect me, the imperative form of utsushi das. Okay. Koi connects directly to utsushi dase, creating a compound action of crossing over the glass and reflect me. It's not acting as a modifier for the noun ware. So in other words, it seems like it's sort of like the tab form chain where you have two tab form clauses, one behind the other, and uh, th they can usually mean happening at the same time or happening one after the other chronologically. So in other words, this is sort of like happening at the same time. It's crossing over the glass and it's reflecting her, or projecting her. So, kage yo gurasu o koe ware o utsushi dase.
影よガラスを越え我を映し出せシャド
Yamero or Yamero yo Shitaro, yes, something Rose said, then Otonaku Shiku Shiru. Otona. Oh, that's right. This is from Otonashi. Basically docile, and then Otonashiku docilely, and then Shido. Shall you be more docile? In other words, calm down. Essentially. Otonashiku Shido. Let's see. Orose. I assume that's from Orosu. Orosu. To take down, to bring down, to lower, transitive. So yamero. This is probably just yamero as in R-O-U with the U part dropped off because it's being said quickly, just the way they were saying it. So in other words, to is transitive, to quit, to leave. Okay, so in other words, he's saying to stop. Stop and bring him down. Or in other words, let go of him. Stop holding him up. Bring him down. So yamero orose. Okay, yamero yo orose. Then otonashiku shiro. So the kid is saying, stop it, bring me down, or let me go. And then the adult is saying, calm down. Or stop fussing, or stop struggling. Let's see. So, yamero yo, orose, otonashiku shiro. So, say no. So that is the phrase. Sen no. All together now. 1, 2, go. Get ready. In other words, it's essentially the phrase used by right before doing some sort of like physical lift or move thing in Japanese. Hence why it translates to heave ho. Like oopsie daisy, all together now. 1, 2, go. Ready, set, go. It's basically the move and lift phrase. So sen no. Kora. Mate and then just wait again. Let's see. Kora. Kora, hey. Okay. So, hey, wait. Kora, mate. Yatta, or I did it. It's from yaru, which means to do with effort. So yatta is past tense. In other words, I did with effort, aka I did it. Or hooray, essentially. Sasuga desu wa ne. As expected. Ja, ato wa. Adverb, okay, so as one would expect, even still, okay. Comes from stone, current, sink, flow, forfeit. See, ja, ato, so ato is later. Okay, and this, okay, so this ja is definitely the well ja, so ja, ato wa. So what's left is, so now for the rest. How does ato wa mean that? I know it means later, like as for later. Explain the grammar of ja, ato wa. It functions as a transition marker, meaning where, oh. It references the previous context to lead into a conclusion, decision, or next topic. Oh, so the dewa, the ja from dewa, or sort of dewa, basically that is the same ja. I always thought the well ja and the one that translates to dewa were two different ja's, but they're actually sort of the same thing. Let's see, ato wa. Because you know, other words saying dewa, which is des the connected form of da. So you're saying as for that topic, which basically has the same meaning as well. Then. Okay, ato wa consists of ato meaning after, later, or the rest. followed by the topic marker wa. Ato requires a preceding verb to be in past plain form. Okay, so when combined with y, it emphasizes the topic meaning as for what happens after, or and then. Okay, so as for later. Okay, so it can mean later or after. So as for what happens after. Okay, hence why it has that meaning of. So for what's left is. じゃあ、あとは。
こら待て。
やったー、さすがですわね。じゃああとは汝のあるべき姿に。やったー、さすがですわね。じゃああとは汝のあるべき。
汝のあるべき姿に。So towards your original form, so with nanji being an archaic way of saying you, and then arubeki, original or proper form. Let's see. Let's see. Beku is in order to, must to, should. Ideal situation, perfect world, utopia, basically ideal form. Arubeki. Sugata. So arubeki. So towards your ideal form, or nanji no arubeki sugata ni.
待て。
やったー、さすがですわね。じゃああとは汝のあるべき姿に。あれ、はい、ありがとう。汝のあるべき姿に。あれ、はい、
Are or huh? That basically means that. But something not close to either you or the person you're talking to, but like in this case it's like that. Like what is that kind of thing? And then and it's like, hi, yes, oh I've got it.
さすがですわね。じゃああとは汝のあるべき姿に。あれ、はい、ありがとう。汝のあるべき姿に戻れ。
Nanji no arubeki sugata ni modore. So return to your ideal form.
ありがとう。汝のあるべき姿に戻れ。クローカード。大成功ですわね。大成功ですわね。
Dai 6 this one. 大成功 great success 成功 huge success. Let's see, so seiko is success, achievement. So turn into, oh yeah, this is from Nadu, turn into, and then achievement, merit, success. So turn into achievements makes the word for success, achievement, pseudo verb, intransitive, and then dai seiko is great success. Now this is not a pseudo verb, it can only be used as a noun. Dai seiko desu wa ne, or it's a great success. Doko ni
大成功ですわね。
どこに隠れたんだ。
どこに隠れたんだ So 隠れる to hide. So 隠れた would be is hiding. Has already had, so where is he hiding? どこに隠れたんだ Intransitive, okay? どこに隠れたんだ
どこに隠れたんだ。まったく。
Matta-kun. Completely. Oh, that's right. Did they say that was words used to mean like I can't believe this kind of thing? Like this it's completely ridiculous situation. I can't believe this. I say Mattaku, truly, entirely, completely, wholly. これは or this.
これは
そうですわね。
どこに隠れたんだ。まったく。
See, explain the grammar of Matta-kun desu. Grammatically. So Mattaku is an adverb or an adjective. Oh, it's a non-adjective as well. Adverb. Let's see. Or non-adjective when standing alone as an interjection. And can, oh, or a non-adjective when standing alone as an interjection and cannot directly take out the copula. Take the copula des in this manner. Here's the okay, Mattaku is meaning completely, totally. Modifies verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. They do not function as nouns. Then, okay, des. Apply copula. Likely intended meaning Mattaku mo. Like, good grief already. I've had enough, or come on. I think come on is probably more of the meaning. See, Mattaku nai. Not at all, completely not. Okay. Mattaku des. Exactly, or usually strong. Used to strongly agree with someone. So, the particle no is used to create an explanatory or emphatic tone. It attaches directly to the naive form of verbs. So in other words, someone not speaking proper grammar and casual speak. Then again, the point of language is to copy speech as a model. Or at least the point of written language. So, mataku kore wa. So basically, I can't believe the situation. And then, kore this, or what is this, essentially? Kore wa, what is this?
どこに隠れたんだ。まったく。どこに隠れたんだ。まったく。これは。
Oh yeah, wow, whoa, okay. Ma. Oh dear, oh my, okay.
大変だ。絵が変わってる。
Taihenda. So, this is a problem. Ega kawateru. So the picture's changing. Why did he say that in the continuous form, though? Shouldn't he have said it in the past tense? Why is the what? Let's see. This would be Kawat instead of Kawata, yeah. Kawata. Why is Kawata not used instead of Kawate Edu in this? Let's see. Ega kawateru, the picture has changed, is different from kawata, would be grammatically incorrect because it functions as a state of being of unusual or strange rather than describing an active change. Here's the breakdown. Kawateru, short for kawateru, is used instead. Active change. The form teru indicates a continuous state resulting from an action. Here it means the picture has changed from its original state and is currently in that new state. It describes the process or result of the image altering. Static quality. Kawata, when kawata is used as a past tense verb in isolation, it typically means strange, peculiar, or unusual. Saying Ega kawata would imply the picture became strange. The picture was strange, which changes the meaning from a neutral observation of difference to a judgment of oddity. Really? To be unusual. Kawateru. Isn't kawaru to change? Kawaru. To change, to be transformed, to move to be different, to be uncommon. Doesn't kawateru imply it is still changing? Let's see. How many kanji out of the 2,000 do you know? I have only used the 1500 deck as Kaisha 1.5k decks or the 1500k deck, and honestly, I've learned so many words since then. I really don't know like what words I would know from that deck and what words I don't know from the deck. I sort of stopped keeping track of how many words I know. Yeah, I often see words that I studied in that deck, but then I forgot the meaning and I have to relearn them when I'm watching these animes, so in this context, it does not imply the picture is still in the process of changing. In this context, it describes the resulting state of a change that has already occurred. Does past tense get used for the resulting state of a change that has already occurred? No, the form coateru does not imply the subject is currently in the process of change. Rather, it describes a resultant state that exists because the change occurred in the past. In Japanese, this usage relies on the grammar pattern verb te form iru, which serves two main purposes for intransitive change verbs like kawaru, to change. Resultant state, it indicates the change has already happened and the subject is currently in a new state. For example, kawateru means it is different or strange now because it changed earlier. Process versus state. If one wanted to imply that the subject is still in the middle of changing, they would use the masu stem plus teru, e.g. kawatteiru is ambiguous but often leans towards the process in some contexts, though kawaru is punctual. Okay. However, for punctual verbs like kawaru, the teru form almost exclusively denotes persistent state resulting from the instantaneous change. Oh, so that's why it's sort of using what we call the continuous state. It changed and now it's continuously staying in the changed state. Let's see. Past tense ta used to emphasize the moment the change occurred or to declare anew. Okay, this is similar to how shinderu means is dead, a current state, not is dying. Yes, the past tense is often used to describe a resultant state after changes occurred. This might seem counterintuitive from an English perspective, but in Japanese, verbs like naru, to become, and kawaru, to change, are considered instantaneous punctual verbs. They refer to a moment of change, not a duration. because the change happened at a specific point in time in the past tense nata in kawate is used to indicate that the transition has been completed. For example, Nihongo ga hanaseru you ni natta. I became able to speak Japanese implies you can still speak it now. Well, let's see. 2年前に Okay, so key change versus ongoing action. Teiru, e.g. kawateru, emphasizes the current state resulting from a past change. It does not mean that is changing for verbs like kawaru. Past tense kawatta focuses on the completion of the change event itself, often implies the result still holds. Progressive interpretation. Actually changing now is rare with kawaru and usually requires context, e.g. scientific observations. Let's see. Are you saying you know 15,000 different words in Japanese or 1,500 words? Okay. The deck I originally used was the 1.5K deck, so that's 1,500. But I never finished that whole deck before I moved on to this. I probably only went through 1,100 to 1,200, and I've probably forgotten a lot of those words since then. Though I've learned many new words, so I don't know how many words I actually know right now. Let's see, 変わっていっている. What does that mean? Ondo, temperature. The temperature is changing right now. Oh, interesting. So they want to. So kawateru is used for a new state that it's continuously in a new state, but nothing's changing now. But if you want to say something is actively changing, you say kawatte ite. Kawatte iteiru, which I assume comes from iku. So to let's see. Ite and comes from iku. Let's confirm that. Yes, okay, yeah, it comes from iku. So to say something's actively changing, you say kawatte iteiru. And to say something's already changed and is just continuously in that changed state, you'd say iteru. I mean kawateru. So that sort of explains the purposes of why some phrases have iku and kuru in them. Do itashimashite. Or you're welcome. If you have any more, then feel free to ask. So, 大変だ。絵が変わってる。
まったくこれは
おお
大変だ絵が変わってる
警備員に見つか
大変だ絵が変わってる
悪い声 or laughing voices.
やっぱりダメだったよ。警備員に見つかっちゃった。
やっぱりダメだったよ。 So as I thought, as I thought bad, or as I thought, I assume this means as I thought I was not able to do it. So let's see.
やっぱりダメだったよ。警備員に見つかっちゃった。
K KB ni mitskachata. So mitskachata is from mitskat. Let's see, mitskaru. Let's see, mitskaru becomes mitskate, and then mitskate. Yeah, so mitskate shimata. But as you know, the tag gets dropped, but then you keep the small su from mitskate, so it becomes mitskak chata. So in other words, I ended up being found by the security guard. Oh, maybe that's probably a better translation. As I thought it was no good, I ended up being found by the security guard. Notice this is the intransitive one. It didn't work out after all. The security guard spotted me. Okay. So, yappari dame datta yo. KB-in. Okay. Yappari dame datta yo. KB-in ni mitsukachatta.
やっぱりダメだったよ。警備員に見つかっちゃった。そんなことないよ。ほら。やっぱりダメだったよ。警備員に見つかっちゃった。そんなことないよ。
そんなことないよ。ほら。So, that's not true, or that's not correct, or that's not it. Well, that's not correct. It's probably more accurate. Oh, that's right. Hora can mean look. Hora. Sono kotonayo. So that kind of thing doesn't exist, aka that's not true, that's not correct. And then the hora. Look, see, there, hey. Sono kotonayo. Hora.
やっぱりダメだったよ。警備員に見つかっちゃった。そんなことないよ。ほら。え？元に戻ったよ、パパ。
Moto ni modotta yo, papa. So, it's returned to the original form, papa, or it's returned to the original as it was, papa. It's back to normal, dad. Moto ni modotta yo, papa.
に戻ったよパパ。女の子だったんだ。ごめんね、ゆうきくんだなんて。
女の子だったんだ。So you were a girl. ごめんね、Yuki-kun. ごめんね、Yuki-kun だなって。そうでなって。So, non, this is type of thing, and this, I think nante has to do with to say. So, in other words, sorry for saying such a thing like Yuki-kun. Essentially, she's apologizing because she was using the wrong suffix all this time because she thought she was a boy. Nante, how, well, let's see, nante. Things like, something like, let's see, and if I remember correctly, nante, the origin of nante in, I believe it means like non and toyu or something like that. Non-toyu. It's derived from the combination of non-what and sute, quoting particle, literally means to think that, or whatever. It functions to normalize the preceding clause, Yuki-kun da, being Yukiko, allowing the speaker to express strong emotion, surprise, or disbelief or regret regarding that identity. Okay, Nante emphasizes the shock or unexpected nature of realization that the person is a girl. Okay, it adds nuance of disbelief or self-reproach, effectively translated into something like, I'm sorry. Okay, I think it's supposed to be more of, I'm sorry for saying Yuki-kun, essentially. Sorry for thinking you were a boy or something. So, yeah. Is Nante short for non-toyu? Yes, Nante can be considered a colloquial contraction of non-toyu in a certain context, specifically when Nante is used to express surprise, admiration, or strong emotion. As an explanation, like, okay, what a beautiful woman, Nante, utsukushi josei da. While Nante is an emotional explanation, it indeed is short for non-toyu. Not all uses of Nante share this origin, though. Does this sentence use that version of Nante? Yes, this sentence uses Nante in the emphatic emotional charts way from non-toyu, expressing disbelief, surprise, or self-reproach. Oh, utsukushi o josei. Okay. Nante utsukushi josei da. Oh, what a beautiful woman. So, 女の子だったんだ。ごめんね。ゆきくんだなんて。
元に戻ったよパパ。女の子だったんだ。ごめんね、ゆうきくんだなんて。僕こそごめんね。
あ、あ、ぼ、あ、僕こそごめんね。僕こそごめんね。こそ it is oh yeah, koso. Yeah, this is like koso as in Kochida koso. So, boku koso gomen ne. So, no, I am more sorry. Essentially, is what it's translated into. Or actually, probably no. It's no. I should be the one that's sorry. Okay, no, I'm the one who should be sorry. So, in other words, no. As for I, sorry. In other words, I'm the one who should be sorry. Boku koso gomen ne.
ごめんね、ゆうきくんだなんて。僕こそごめんね。長い髪がとっても可愛いですわ。
長い髪が、とても、可愛いですわね。So, the long hair is very cute, right? Kawaii kami ga totemo kawaii desu wa ne.
女の子だったんだ。ごめんね、ゆうきくんだなんて。僕こそごめんね。長い髪がとっても可愛いですわ。ね。元気でね。ごきげんよう。
Genki de ne. The gokigenyo. Gokigenyo. Nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good. Okay. Adio. Farewell. So, farewell is probably more accurate. Let's see. Gokigen. Humor, temper, mood, spirits, safety, health, well-being in one situation. Explain the grammar of in English. Sakura, okay. Take care, see you, okay. So, Genki dene, okay. Casual fare means take care, stay well, okay. Goki genyo, a polite, somewhat elegant or old-fashioned greeting. Valediction meaning good day or how do you do or farewell. It's traditionally associated with refined speech and is sometimes used in wealthy schools or by older generations. Explain the grammar of Genki dene. Okay, healthy, Genki, healthy, energetic, well. De, in this specific context, de is the te form of the copula da, the informal version of des. Grammatically, it functions as a connectum state being or in the state of. While de often marks a location or means of action, here it links the state of being well to the sentence ending. Okay, it is effectively short for Genki de-ite, which comes from the verb phrase Genki de-iru, to stay well. Wait, that would make de the methodology de, not the copula de. Isn't de the methodology de? Yeah, sure, correct. The particle de has one of its has multiple uses, and one of its primary functions is to indicate method, means, or tools. However, in the phrase Genki dene, the de is not the particle indicating method. Instead, it is the te form of the copula da. Pin de kaku, so write with a pen, te form of copula da. This usage connects a not adjective or noun to the sentence ending particle like ne. Kudasai or other clauses. This just means being. Okay, so Genki dene means please be well. Okay, the not adjective Genki is followed by de, which then connects to the sentence ending particle ne. Yasashiku de suyoi, kind and strong. Okay. And Genki dene, de comes directly after the not adjective and is followed by the particle ne. There is no subsequent verb for an action to be formed with wellness as a tool. Therefore, must be the te form of. Okay. Isn't the verb iru, but it was dropped in casual speech. So while iru is implied in the fuller form, de itself comes from da. The phrase is a contraction of a more complete expression that includes iru. Let's see. What type of de is Genki でいる De is the te form of the copula. Da de aru, okay. What about if I say aru instead of iru? Okay. So now let's see. Genki dene and then Goki Genyo. Kigen, humor, tempo, safety. So safety way, essentially, like yo could be, I think that's the yo for way. So safety way, or in other words, stay safe. Goki Genyo. Explain the grammar of Goki Gen Yo. Alright, goes the honorific. Yo, this is the old-fashioned elliptical form of yoru, which is the adverbial conjugation. So yo is the old-fashioned of yoku. And yoku comes from yoi, meaning good. So yoi meaning good or well. In classical Japanese grammar, the ending implies a wish or state of being, similar to may it be well, or be well. Together, the phrase literally translates to may your spirits be well, or your health or mood be good. It functions as both a greeting, hello, and a farewell, goodbye, and analogous to the English good day. Because it is quite polite and slightly archaic, it is chiefly used by women in informal and upper class contexts rather than casual everyday speech. So, what is the in therefore? Is not a standard part of the word. The correct and standard forms goki, okay. The version with okay, is a phonetic spelling that reflects how the word is often pronounced in casual speech. This this occurs due to the common sound change in Japanese called renjo, where the n sound is inserted between two vowels across word boundaries for smoother pronunciation. Gokigen yo. Okay, Gokigen ends with the N mora. Yo starts with a Y vowel, which sounds like yo. When spoken quickly, the final N in Gokigen, the initial Y and yo blend together. The N sound is retained and pronounced directly before the Y, resulting in the sound Genyo. Writing it as Goki Genyo explicitly shows this pronounced N sound, between the two parts. Gokigenyo, gokigenyo. So safety, health, and then good. Your health or your mood be good. So Genki dene Gokigenyo.
元気でね。ごきげんよう。お姉ちゃんたちどうもありがとう。
One-chan tachi domo arigato. So thank you very much, sisters. In Japanese, it's very common for friends of relative age to refer to each other with family member words like sisters. So one-chan or chan tachi, sisters, with the tachi making it plural. And then domo, which basically means like very, and then arigato, thank you. Domo's more literal meaning comes from the particle mo and the do in like what way. In other words, in all ways, in all ways, thank you. Essentially, in all ways that I can't possibly describe, thank you. One-chan tachi domo arigato.
元気でね。ごきげんよう。お姉ちゃんたちどうもありがとう。本当にありがとう。バイバイ。
本当にありがとう、バイバイ。Or truly thank you. Bye bye.
本当にありがとう。バイバイ。お父さんのために一生懸命だったんだね。ゆうきくんじゃなくお父さんのために一生懸命だったんだね。ゆうきくんじゃなくてゆうきだったんだね。ゆうき
お父さんのために
お父さんのために一生懸命だったんだね。
一生懸命だし。お父さんのために so for the purpose of her father, let's see. 一生懸命 very hard with utmost effort, as hard as one can. 一生懸命 whole life and entire a lifetime or all through life. Eager, earnest, fervent, assiduous, the utmost effort. So in other words, like the utmost effort of the whole life is basically a metaphor for saying with the most effort. So effort. So earnestness of the entire whole life is basically a metaphor for saying like the utmost effort. Like you put your whole life into this effort, aka the utmost effort. Ishokenmei. 一生懸命。So, お父さんのために一生懸命だったんだね。So it was that she put in the utmost effort for her father. Let's see. Yukiku. And then yeah, so you really did your best for your dad, didn't you, Yukiku? And then it continues from there. So yeah, お父さんのためにokay, お父さんのためにlet's see, 一生懸命 state of suspension, hang, depend, consult, distance far apart. And then fate, command, decree, destiny, life. Kinmei. お父さんのために、一生懸命だったんだね、ゆきくん。
お父さんのために一生懸命だったんだね。ゆうきくんじゃなくてゆうきちゃん。一生懸命だったんだね。ゆうきくんじゃなくてゆうきちゃん。
ゆきくん、okay. ゆきくん、okay. じゃなくて。So this would be Janaian connective form. Okay, so she stops herself and then says, that does not exist, or no, that, in other words, that's not right, and then Yuki-chan. So, janakute, Yuki-chan, and then or yes. At least it means yes in this context. Janakute, Yuki-chan. Okay, no, wait, Yuki-chan. Or right. Janakute, Yuki-chan,
一生懸命だったんだね。ゆうきくんじゃなくてゆうきちゃん。おやおぼうこうの心、話やないか。おやおぼうこうの心、話やないか。
See, oh yeah. See, parent, mother, father. Okay. I think it means parent in this case. Thought, parent, child. Thought you were a child's parent. Thought you were. Thought that was a parent. Child. No kokoro, heart. Let's see. Hanashi yanai. See, a child's love for their parents. What a heartwarming story. Oh, okay. Okay, so it doesn't mean hard, it means more of love in this context. Okay. Oh, that's right, because emo can also not only mean thought, but it can mean like mean sort of like emotion towards. So emotion towards parents, or a child's emotion towards parents. And then no kokoro. So a child thinking of parents and then love to feel. So a child feeling towards parents and then love, aka a child's love for their parents. If I was to get rid of kokoro, how would that change its meaning? See, a child who cares for their parents. So it's basically feeling feeling of parents. Okay, so okay, yeah, that's right. Because it's not being quoted; it's being used as the object. Parents is being used as the object. So, oya no moko. Let's see, oya moko no kokoro. E hanashi yanai. See, what a heartwarming story. A Hanashi's story. Oh, is from E, which is from Yoi, which is good. But he's speaking Kansai Ben, so he tends to use for instead of in place of E. So so in other words, it's good story, and then Yanai, that's the negative of the Kansai Ben Coppola Ya. So is it not a good story? So a child's love for their parents, is it not a good story? Which is how you say a child's love for their parents. Is it a heartwarming story? Since you often say things in the negative in Japanese. Oh, oya o omou ko no kokoro e hanashi ya nai ka? So, oya o omou ko no kokoro e hanashi ya nai ka?
おや思う子の心話やないか。ケロちゃんかっこいい。
Kira-chan kakkoi. Kira-chan's cool. With kako meaning form and then e meaning good. Good form generally translates to as cool. Kiro-chan kakkoi.
渋いですわ。の心話やないか。ケロちゃんかっこいい。渋いですわ。
Shibui desu wa. Shibui. Astringent, bitter, pucky, rough, harsh, tart. Austere, elegant, and unobtrusive, refined, quiet, sober, sombre, subdued, tasteful, in a quiet way. Sour look, glum, grim, sullen, so see, it's quite touching. So, let's see, this translator translates it to as touching. It's quite touching. Shibui. So that's basically like serious and tasteful, I guess. I don't know. So, Shibui desu wa. Shibui desu wa.
おやおぼうこうの心ええ話やないか。ケロちゃんかっこいい。渋いですわ。ふん。ミッションコンプリート作戦完了ですわ。
Mission completo.
ミッションコンプリート作戦完了ですわ。
作戦。Sakusen Kanryo. Sakusen is tactics, strategy, military operation, naval operation. Kanryo, completion. Kanryo, conclusion. So the strategy is completed. Let's see. Mission complete, operation accomplished. Kanryo. Okay, this comes from perfect or... Oh, is this the kan used in Kampeki? Kampeki. Yes, it is. Or perfect. And then Kanryo, complete finish. Complete finished. Okay, so... Okay. So I think here it's probably meaning more of military operations, so... Sakusen Kanryo. So mission complete. Operation finished. Oh, mission completo. Sakusen. Oh, Kanryo. Okay, Sakusen Kanryo. That kanji comes from make, produce, and then war. So making war or military operation. So Sakusen Kanryo. Mission completo. Sakusen Kanryo desu wa.
いいですわ。ふん。ミッションコンプリート作戦完了やないか。ケロちゃんかっこいい。渋いですわ。ふん。ミッションコンプリート作戦完了ですわ。せやけど、ようシャドウ使うこと思いついたな。
Sora kero yo. Shadow. Let's see, 使うことと思いついたな。 the omoi suita. To think of, to hit upon, to come into one's mind. I think this is I think this is from Suku. Let's see. Explain the origin of omoi suku. Let's see. Is it from Suku? Okay, so it is from the attached Suku. So in other words, attached thought, aka to come to the idea, to come into one's mind. So then, shadow skull using shadow thing came into mind. So yeah, kiddo. Okay. Explain the grammar of soya kiddo is Kansai dialect contraction of soda kiddo. Translates to that's true, but or I know, however. In standard Japanese, it functions as a conjunction to acknowledge a previous statement while introducing a contrasting one. Basically, Kyoto-chan was just complimented for being cool, and then so soya kedo or soda kedo. In other words, that's true, but so soya kedo. Okay, the yo part. Yo shadow. Okay. Okay. This is Kansai Ben, Yo, and Shadow. Shadow are separate words answer in English. Okay, here's the accurate breakdown. Okay. Okay, in Kansai dialect, yo is the contraction of yoku. Oh, that was simply similar to the that expression oh go gokigen yo, where they use yo as a replacement for yoku. So it generally means skillfully or properly. Okay. So in other words, you skillfully use shadow thing. So, and then omoi suita. So skillfully using you thought of skillfully using shadow. In other words, you thought of a interesting way to use shadow. You thought of a skillful way to use shadow. Still, I'm impressed you actually thought to use shadow. So yeah, kedo yo shadow tsukau koto omoi suita na. See, so yeah, kedo yo that okay, so yeah, kedo yo shadow tsukau koto omoi suita na.
完了ですわ。せやけど、ようシャドウ使うこと思いついたな。ケロちゃんの影絵を思い出したの。ミッションコンプリート、作戦完了ですわ。せやけど、ようシャドウ使うこと思いついたな。ケロちゃんの影絵を。
Kira-chan no kage. Kira-chan no kage e o omoi dashita no. So Kira-chan's shadow paint the 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 thought of the painting came out. Yeah, to recall, to remember. Yeah, omoi dasu. I remembered Kiro-chan's shadow puppets. I don't think that's what they mean. Oh, silhouette. That's yes. That's probably more what they mean. Kage-e silhouette, or basically shadow pictures. Silhouette. Kage-e. So Kira-chan no kage o omoi dashita no. So I remembered Kiro-chan's silhouette. Kiro-chan no kage o omoi dashita no.
完了ですわ。せやけど、ようシャドウ使うこと思いついたな。ケロちゃんの影絵を思い出したの。せやったらワイのおかげやな。
せやったらワイのおかげやな。おかげ。せやったらせ I assume Yatara comes from possibly Yaru or the Okage, grace of God, benevolence, Buddha, assistant, help, aid, affects, influence. Okay, so another why no Okage or my help. explain the grammar of Seiyattara. Well then, thanks to me. Say, the Kansai dialect contraction of so, meaning so or that way, okay, then, yeah, okay, the Kansai dialect copula. Oh, so this is equivalent to standard Japanese da or des, then sutara, a conditional suffix derived from EU plus tada, meaning if one says or if the situation is. So in standard Japanese equivalent, so dattara. Okay, why? I mean, okay, Kansai dialect pronoun, okay, no, okay. Okage, thanks to favor. Let's see, kage by itself means. Oh, it's probably just an honorific. Oh, that's right. I think Okage might actually come from the word from shadow, if I remember correctly. Because you're like saying someone's like shadow, like reaching out, affecting you, and aiding you. I think it's where it's derived from. Does Okage come from Kage? Yeah, so Kage is etymologically connected to Kage, meaning shadow. The word Okage originates from the kanji, okay, which specifically means shade or or shadow. Okay, especially the protective shadow cast by something. Okay, so it came from the kanji that has a shade nuance, as if so like a protective shadow nuance. The core idea is being under the protective shadow of a powerful entity like a deity or benefactor. The phrase originally conveyed the idea of being blessed or protected by standing in the shadow of the gods. Uh, Shinbutsu no Kage. This is reflected in the related words Mikage, which refers to the spirit or image of a deity. Evolution of meaning. Over time, this religious concept or divine protection brought in to mean help, favor, or assistance from anyone. The honorific O was added to Kage to form Okage, expressing gratitude for that help. While the original kanji is rarely used in modern writing, it's almost always written in hiragana Okage. The original meaning of receiving protection or benefit from a greater force is the foundation of its current use, meaning thanks to or due to. In standard Japanese, is Seiyatara, short for Soto Itara. Okay, let's see. EU's conjugations. How do you get a conditional tada form? Because they mentioned it was related to EU. Yes, itada is the word. Soda to itada. No, in standard Japanese, seiyatada is not a shortening of soda to itada. In the concept equivalent, sodatada or datada. Okay, so conditional copula equivalent to datada. Let's see. Is datada from dato itada. No, okay, datada is not short for dato itada. It is a conditional form created by combining the past tense da with the conditional particle ra. Okay, so E is not involved in this at all. I think that was just a hallucination. So this is basically da in its conditional tada form, or in this case it's concept in, so ya in its conditional tada form. So seiya tada. So if it's that, then why no okage yana? So hence translating to well then, thanks to me. So if it's that, thanks to me or the help from me. Okay, so set yattara why no okage yana.
ようシャドウ使うこと思いついたな。ケロちゃんの影絵を思い出したの。せやったらワイのおかげやな。
クローカードの気配だ。
Cloud card no kehaida. Cloud card's appearance, presence. Cloud card's presence. So there's a cloud card presence. Shonen. Okay, yeah, he hasn't identified himself, so they're just referring to him as shonen, which is the general term used for like basically boy, juvenile, child. Though if you look at the concept arts on the first episode when they were showing school uniforms, you'll notice someone familiar. So kehai, indication, sign, sensation, feeling. Okay, so kurao kado no kehai da.
クローカードの気配だ。クローカードの
ラーカードの気配だ。So, 質問がありますか? Are there any questions? If there's no questions, we're going to raid, so please stick around for that. We're going to raid Johnny Mind, who's studying Japanese by playing Pokemon in Japanese. Okay, the second person I want to raid. We're gonna raid a political gamer who's playing DayZ. And the third person we're gonna raid is let's see who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Jesse Kazan, who's playing Star Citizens. So, 皆さんお気をつけて。また明日. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.